that was interesting. That's the scene we walked into yesterday. We're at the chiller 1, that YMC2 chiller that was surging and knocking. That's the first time I've ever heard that. So we had JCI come out today, and they made some changes to our chiller 1. It's cycled off right now, but one of the first things that they did change, they calibrated the rotor elongation. Apparently that was off, and it should be at 0 when the chiller hasn't been running and it's not heated up. So he calibrated that. Also increased our current limit to 100%. That was at 70% previously, and our chill water set point was 49. He raised it to 50 because apparently the load on the building isn't high enough to warrant that 49 degrees. So we backed it off, and that noise that you heard was actually check valve on the compressor, the discharge, that pinging noise, because it was trying to back off on load, and it couldn't go any lower than like 35%, so it just was creating that surging, knocking noise. So yeah, so he raised up the leaving water temperature on this one to 50. It did bring back one more thing. The condenser refrigerant level, right now it's off, so it's showing 5.3, but he raised it from 38% to 50%, and that made our level in here come back up over top of that subcooler, and I stopped getting that warning for the liquid subcooler seal loss. So that went away. Pretty much that's it for this one. He did change also our entering water temp sensor on chiller 1, and he did verify that our control valve was operating, opening and closing properly. And like I said, he did his recalibration here for that rotor. And on this chiller 2, we found out that these temperature sensor, the wells are leaking. He was going to replace that because this sensor was reading too warm, causing chiller 2 to basically overcool. So that's leaking, so we couldn't replace that without shutting down the whole system. And he believes that the well may be cracked, this one and on the entry. So we utilized a temperature sensor, or for the thermometer well, and just put our new sensor in there. And that seemed to be working okay for now. They're gonna come back and do some more work, but this is our chiller 2. Currently we have 44 degrees leaving, 49 entering, which that kind of corresponds with our chiller 1. He raised this one from 90 to 100%. And what else did he do? Lowered the refrigerant level. The set point was at 80% on this one. He lowered it to 60%, but also believes that there may be a that level sensor may need to be calibrated. It's kind of jumping all over the place. I haven't gotten a loss of seal on this one yet, for that warning for the subcooler seal. But imagine if it runs too much more like that, I may get it. Alright, so back to 1. See, our leaving chill water temperature is 49. And let's see if our isolation valve is off, which is good. We did have one issue still with our chiller 2 isolation valve. It does not shut off when that turns off, but that chiller runs almost all the time anyways, and is carrying the bulk of the load. This is a 200-ton chiller. Chiller 2 is 300 ton. And in between all that, we had some other guys in here servicing the VSD coolant. They replaced the coolant, both machines. Yeah, so we got fresh coolant in there, and it seems to be working better. I'm not going to shut down 2 just to run 1, but we did have it running. I didn't get any video footage of that. You know, he was kind of working around here, and I didn't want to get in his way and cause any waves. But anyways, we got some resolve out of it, and our machines seem to be running better. It is getting hotter here. It's been into the mid 90s, upper 90s the last few days, so our towers are just cranking 60 hertz. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today, so appreciate you watching. Catch you in the next video.